welcome to the channel. My name is Micah Harvey, and today I'm going to tell you guys a story. Now, whenever I tell stories, I like to do it a little different. I like to put you in a story. I like to make you one of the characters and make you feel like you actually experienced this for yourself. So what you need to know about this story for a day is that your job, your entire life is spent taking care of a huge herd of pigs. You and your buddies have made it into the fields that the pigs are currently in. And the herd that you were over is one of the largest in the area. You and your buddies are responsible for nearly 2,000 pigs. By now, you have led them near the edge of a cliff. It's the only spot left in the area for them to feed. And as you look back, you notice all of the destruction that they have caused from where you had them in the past and where you will soon have to move them back to. You know this area is near the tombs. They're just below the cliffs. And you know the stories that people tell about this place. The urban legend of a crazy man who doesn't wear any clothes, who cuts himself, who lives in the tombs and can't be tied up because every time people have tried, he breaks the chains. You know this story has to be fake. It has to be made up. It has to just be an urban legend to keep kids from playing in the tombs. But your curiosity takes control of you, and you head to a cliff to get a look for yourself. As you look over the edge, you notice a boat laying on shore. And as you see it, you see 13 men get out of a boat. And you see a man run out of the tombs to where they are. The man from the tombs doesn't look like what you imagine he would. No, he looks far scarier. Far more wild than you thought was even possible. You're too far away to hear any of his side conversations, but you can still see a concerned look on the faces of 12 of the men from the boat. No, concern's not strong enough. You can see the terrified looks on the faces of 12 of the men from the boat. The man that lives in the tombs also looks terrified. And you wonder, what would make a guy that they claim has broken his own chains scared? What could possibly make this guy that everyone else is terrified of scared? But whenever he gets to the leader of the group of the 13, he falls down. Then a man starts yelling loud enough that you can hear, "What have you to do with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? I beg you by God, do not torment me." Jesus, you recognize that name. You've never seen him, but you've heard stories of a man named Jesus that has been performing miracles in other parts of the region. This must be the same guy. Who else could possibly scare this guy that everyone else is scared of and avoids? As you finish, I thought you'd hear something that terrifies you, enough that you fall to the ground. You realize that Jesus must have asked him, "What is your name?" because you hear the man respond to Jesus in the creepiest voice you have ever and will ever hear. "My name is Legion, for we are many." At this, you drop to the ground almost scared to tears. You crawl to the side of the cliff that you are least likely to be seen. You have just heard what demons sound like, and they said they are many. You want to make sure that they do not notice you, but you're too intrigued to turn away now. Then you hear demons pleading with Jesus, "Send us to the pigs, let us enter them." This idea terrifies you. These pigs are how you make money. They're your job, your responsibility. You can't stand the thought of those things going into your pigs, but you're too scared to do anything. Then again, it's just demons and Jesus. What can you really do if you had the courage? Then your heart drops as you see Jesus nod his head yes. Immediately, you see two things happen. The first thing you see is that a creepy man is now acting normal. He is worshiping God, or worshiping Jesus, in what you assume is a normal voice. A voice that will no longer give you nightmares. He is talking to the other 12, and they are talking with him. They even give him some clothes, and a man that is famous for being as wild as can be puts the clothes on. You realize that something is different about him. He is no longer what everyone is scared of. He is changed. He is healed. He's normal. The other thing you see is that your 2,000 pigs begin acting strange. They start to act crazy, and they get aggressive with one another. And then you see them all race into water below, as if they all collectively agreed at the same time that they wanted to sleep with the fishes. In a moment, you have gone from a herdsman of 2,000 pigs to out of work and responsible for the death of 2,000 pigs. Scared of what just happened and not knowing what to do, you race back to town. Once you reach the town, you tell everyone you can about what just happened. Some might look back at this as you telling people about the good news that you saw, but by that moment, that isn't what you're doing. No, you're just trying to figure out what you should do next. Trying to make sure that you don't get too much of the blame for this. You make sure to emphasize that it was Jesus that gave the demons permission to enter into the pigs that you're watching. At this, the town went to where Jesus was to see what happened. Some of them scared, some curious, and others angry from all the money that they lost from the pigs. Once everyone gets there, you and your buddies begin to tell them once again what happened, again emphasizing the fact that you had no control. When people hear your story again, and this time seeing a man that everyone knows was crazy, acting normal and wearing clothes, they believe you and are filled with fear and anger depending on the individual. As a result, you all begin to beg Jesus to leave, and not just leave the town, but leave the entire area. Refusing to stay in a place that he isn't welcome, Jesus and his 12 followers get into their boat with the once crazy man right behind them. As the once crazy man gets to the boat, you see Jesus lift his hand. But instead of him lifting his hand to help him into the boat, he lifts his hand to tell him to stop. Then you hear Jesus tell him, "Go. Go home to your friends and tell them how much the Lord has done for you and how he has had mercy on you." After that, you head back home to figure out what you're going to do with your life now. And it's not long before you see the man that will live in your nightmares come to you, and to everyone else that you can find to tell you about all that Jesus had done for him.